What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Not So Serious Life, episode number 39. I am Jason Goldberg. That is Stephen, Dominican Republic Chandler. I don't know. I don't think of the D before.
Why would that be someone's middle name?
You know what? Somebody could love the Dominican Republic. Maybe that's where they were conceived, and so their parents made
That's
that their
two
middle name.
names. That's two words. So I mean, you get so much time to prepare for these shows, and you can't even come up with a single word that starts with a D.
What if it's hyphenated? Maybe Dominican Republic is a hyphenated middle name. Okay. So, Steve, are you wearing a V-neck sweater in Arizona?
I am. I'm getting ready for Michigan, as you know, and everyone is so fascinated with my details of my life. I am moving to Michigan, and I can't wait.
That's all. Do you have a timeline? Is it coming up soon?
It'll be in the spring of this coming year. Now, listen, Jason, I've got something for you here. It's actually for our viewers, if you don't mind.
It's not a beetle. Please don't make it a beetle.
It's not a beetle.
Okay,
It's not a beetle quiz, but it is a bobblehead quiz.
Okay.
And you know, bobbleheads are a big part of our culture and a big part of my life.
Huge.
And this is a bobblehead. I'm not even going to ask you to, I won't put you through it. I'm not going to even ask you to guess who this bobblehead is, because this is a fairly obscure one. However, I'm asking our fans and our viewers, the first person to get to us, either on Facebook or on our page, with the answer to this question, who is this? I have purchased this bobblehead. My daughter Mar did on eBay. I've been looking for it for a long time, and I finally got it.
Suspense
Who
is
is
killing
this
me.
person? The first person watching this show who emails in, and we will look at the timeline, because there might be two or three who get it right, but the first person is going to get a gift package, a box from me, an amazing gift package mailed to them from me for guessing this correctly. Okay?
Wow,
It's
I'm
gonna be
excited.
It is exciting.
This
I'm
is assuming,
excited.
Steve, this is assuming they haven't already turned off the episode because this is taking so long, right?
I know it is taking a long time. Maybe you can edit this. I can feel my heart pounding. So here it is.
Okay.
Here it is. Who is this?
Oh,
Who is this?
wow. And I'm not going to guess because it's for the viewers.
Don't you guess.
Yeah, okay, wow.
I'm giving you a profile. Can you see it?
I can. Is the name on the front, is that what you're covering up?
Yeah, that's why I'm covering up the front.
Okay.
The name is there.
Okay.
You can see him from the back. I don't know if that helps you.
Yeah, because, the shape of the butt is what would probably...
That could be a clue.
Yeah.
I think the boots he's wearing could be a clue. But anyway, that's it. That's the end of this part of the show. You can see it is a bobblehead because you can see him. See, some people are guessing and the answer is no. Some people are guessing and the answer is yes.
Yep, that's right. Okay, so
All right.
get your guesses in, and you will get a free gift box from Steve, and hopefully it will include the time that you've just given up to go through that entire 3-minute spiel. Maybe they'll get the time
Sorry
back.
for that. So sorry, but
No, it's great.
Entertaining any way I can.
I love how excited you were about it. That was exciting for me.
Yes, it was a big thing for me.
It's beautiful. Okay, how about we get into the question, which is kind of the purpose of the show.
No problem.
Let's do that. Okay, cool. So today's question comes from Karl, and Karl says, how can I possibly prioritize when I have so much on my plate? I'm sure this is going to resonate with so many people. He says, how do you pop yourself out of a plateau? My company's been growing like crazy, and we have made the Inc. 5000 list as one of the fastest growing companies in America for the past 4 years. That's pretty awesome. However, I can feel my workload of emails, process issues, client issues, HR issues, and so on starting to bog my time down. The issue is I have so much other stuff to do that my selling time keeps getting smaller and smaller, and I can see where this is heading. I sometimes feel like a deer in the headlights watching it happen. I know what I need to do, but I'm struggling to prioritize what's most important when I have all this other stuff weighing me down. So Karl asks, how can I possibly prioritize when I have so much on my plate? And Steve, when questions like this come up, I immediately think of you and Time Warrior. What's your stance on this? What do you think?
Well, let's send Karl Time Warrior. That's a good first step. When I coach people in businesses like Karl, who have issues with overwhelm, I've got so much on my plate. The first thing I want them to see, it's not a question of overwhelm. It's not a management question. It's not a time management issue. It's not even a prioritizing issue, although those are subsets of the solution. It's an issue of courage. This is
Courage.
courage is it. That's it. Because what is occurring here is I don't have the courage to sort this out. In other words, it is, even though it's more cowardly, it is easier to just be overwhelmed and be a victim of this. Like Nathaniel Brandon told me once, suffering is the easiest thing human beings do.
Yeah, ask my mother and grandmother. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a life of ease for them, right? So, but it's true. And so what's missing in every time management crisis is courage. It's like, am I bold enough to delegate? All these things on my plate, why are they on my plate? They don't have to be on my plate. If I'm a strong leader and I have courage, I'll delegate, I'll trust others. Also, do I have the courage to say no? People asking for my time, all these client issues, all this. If Karl wants more time to sell, then he can start his day by carving out the amount of time he wants to sell, and then let everything else fall into place after that. Choose what is most important to you, put it in your day, and let everything else adjust. Instead of thinking that you have to say yes and accommodate everyone. There's a section in Crazy Good about a business owner who had an open door policy, and he thought that made him a good leader, and he said yes to everybody, and people came in all day with every little thing, and he was just pleasing them, and he wasn't serving his company, he wasn't leading the mission. He didn't have the courage to sort it out. So it's a courage issue always. Time management is a courage issue. It's not a systems issue. It's not how do I get some new tricks? How do I get an assistant? It's the courage to sort it out for yourself.
Wow. I mean, that's mind-blowing to say that it's about courage. Like, nobody talks about that. They say it's about systems, or it's about this, or it's about that. And like you said, that's a subset of it. But the overarching theme there is that there's either courage or there's a lack of courage. And I love this because Karl shows the glimpse of courage, because Karl says very plainly, I know what I need to be doing. Right? Yeah. He's not lying to himself like, oh, I need to do all this stuff. He's saying, I know what I need to be doing, and all this other stuff is getting on my plate. It's just now it's a question of not going from not being courageous to being courageous, but from going from the level of courageous he is now to more courageous, to be able to say no. Yeah.
He had the courage to ask for help.
Yep.
Because our previous episode, we talked about ask for help. So he sends the question in to us. He lays it out, makes himself vulnerable that way, like, hey, I need help.
Yep.
So that's courage there. So it's not that he doesn't have courage. It's that he has not yet applied his courage to managing his day and his tasks. He hasn't applied it yet.
I love that. And a part of that courage, too, I think, is asking yourself the question, who's in control of my time? Right? Just like you said, because we think, especially remembering back when I was in corporate and in technology, which, there's constantly demands flying at you. It's 24/7 cycle. Technology is always on. And asking myself, who's in control of my time? I thought it was somebody else. And it was because I was letting other people be in control of my time, because, to your point, I wasn't courageous enough to say no. I wasn't courageous enough to push back. I wasn't courageous enough to really carve out the things that needed to be done, those necessary required actions, as Steve Hardison talks about in his TBI, LONFL, whatever video, those necessary required actions. So it's really important to realize that we are in full control of our time, what we say yes to, what we say no to, and if we bring just 5% more courage into the mix, what would it look like differently on a daily basis for where we allocate our time? Boom. I love that. Thank you for that question, Karl. That was great. And I think that a lot of people will resonate with that. The difference between being swamped and being focused, or being swamped and being courageous, that's something all of us can practice a little more in our daily lives. And so I'm really, really happy that he asked that question. And I'm really happy that we gave that answer. So great answer, Steve.
You too, Jason.
I love it. Very cool. All right. So can you hold the bobblehead up one more time so people have a view of it before we go?
I don't want to make it too easy.
I don't make it too easy. Cover up the name. Okay, good. All right, there you go. And you said the boots may be a giveaway too, so look at the boots, everybody. I can see the boots pretty clearly. All right, beautiful, cool. All right, guys, so get your guess in there so you can get your gift box from Steve if you get it right. That was episode number 39. Don't forget to send your questions in to questions@thenotsoseriouslife.com. Head over to our website, thenotsoseriouslife.com. Sign up for our inner circle. Send us your questions. Send us your love. Send us your hate. Send us whatever. We love you either way. That nobody would ever hate us, of course. So until next time, I love your faces, Steve. It's so great. Until next time, we love you guys. We'll see you later. Peace out.
Bass.